Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So you may notice I look very similar to the way that I looked in the last pregnancy update. It's because I just filmed it, but it's okay. I was a little bit behind on that one, so I went ahead and filmed kind of the recap of the end of the first trimester, and now we are into the second trimester. You guys, if you've ever been pregnant or you know about pregnancy, that's a big deal. The second trimester is a huge deal. And it's such a blessing to have made it healthily to the second trimester really good. And I'm really excited about that. So anyway, I'm going to be going over weeks 12 through 16. So I know in week 12, you're not actually like technically in the second trimester. I'm kind of confused. Google says second trimester starts at 13 weeks. My doctor kind of said it does too. But then some people say it starts 14 weeks. So either way, I'm in it now. But as I film this video, I'm 16 weeks and a few days. So let's see, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 16 weeks, 3 days. I know that's important because really every day things can kind of change and shift. So we're going to be talking about weeks 12 through 16. So let's jump right in. I was able, and I'll put maybe some pictures in throughout this just to kind of give you some, context. I was able to notice my belly starting a little bit more at 12 weeks. I am a smaller person. I'm not like extremely, I'm not like underweight or anything like that, but I am a smaller person, have a smaller frame, more petite for sure. So I was able to notice a little belly at 12 weeks. It wasn't something that anybody else could notice. And at that point, actually, I don't even think that my husband, Manny, I don't think he was really noticing it at that time. But certain days, I think at the very end of 12 weeks, though, I have a picture of that. It was right around I have a Christmas tree in the background, but I was still 12 weeks, but I was toward the end of it. Manny was able to notice. That was the picture I'm going to post. It was like one of the first times I could notice it like through clothes, and that was still in the 12th week. So that was really exciting. I did have, going into the second trimester, whether you think that's 13 or 14 weeks, I did have a little bit of loss of appetite. So I don't know what caused that, and I know I've heard people talk about that before, but I mentioned in the last update, I didn't gain any weight the first trimester, so obviously I'm trying to get my weight up a little bit in the second trimester. I'm not worried about it at this point. I'm gonna gain weight, obviously, I know that, and I'm eating and I'm healthy and all that kind of stuff. But I am obviously not wanting to be underweight or under the weight that they recommend for me. And I'm just a rule follower, and they gave me a weight that they wanted me to be, and I want to be there because I know obviously there are some risks with not gaining the right amount of weight. And so I don't think I'm going to have that issue. I think I will start gaining weight, but I haven't been. So I actually lost my appetite at the beginning of the second trimester, and I was like kind of nervous about that because I was like, that's not what I need. I was already eating really good the first trimester, didn't have any sickness. If you missed that, definitely check that out. Wasn't sick the first trimester, but didn't gain weight. So if I'm losing my appetite, I'm like, I'm definitely, not gonna gain weight. So I was honestly eating even not hungry. I was just like, I have to eat. I'm scheduling it. I'm gonna have to eat something. And just really didn't want food. That at 16 weeks has started to go away, and I'm getting my appetite back. I don't know what that was about, but I know the baby is, goes through like different growth spurts and things like that maybe will make you hungrier. And I know there's obviously a lot of growth happening in the first trimester, so a lot of hunger then. But anyway, I'm getting my appetite back now, but I don't know if anybody else experienced kind of a loss of appetite between probably like 13 to 15 weeks, somewhere around there. So yeah, like I said, still not gaining weight. I've been drinking some they're like carnation breakfast drinks is what they're called, but it's like nutritional shakes. They are pregnancy safe. I've researched it, and I just thought, I've heard a lot of people say when they up their protein, which that has a lot of protein, they were gaining a little weight. So again, I'm not to the point of being concerned to where like I'm going out doing all kinds of things to gain weight, but I have an appointment coming up that the doctor will. I'll probably ask him if I'm doing okay. Just because, obviously being first time mom and just a mom in general, you want the best for your baby. And so I always want to make sure that the baby's, okay. But I know the baby is. I just really do know that. I just want to kind of make sure that I'm doing everything I can do to gain weight. And I've never been a person that gains weight really fast. I think I, probably have a metabolism that's maybe working you know, maybe quite a bit faster than I thought it was. So that may be what it is. So my belly, again, started growing really quickly from 15 to 16 weeks. So I'm still noticing in the morning it's significantly smaller than it gets, I mean, even like a couple hours later. Like when I wake up in the morning, it's very different from what it is like even a couple hours after waking up. Even if I've not eaten a ton, it's nothing to do with food. I was reading that it's really more to do with your muscles and your stomach, and they kind of get tired because obviously they're growing, they're stretching, they're not used to it, and it kind of lets out the size of your belly a little more. So it's definitely larger like later in the day, and at night sometimes it's like huge, and then in the morning it's a little smaller. I know obviously at some point very soon probably I will be pretty big all of the time, but I know that's something with this point in pregnancy, you know, it can kind of fluctuate. So I've been really loving dressing the belly though, and now that people, you know, it's even noticeable, it's really exciting. But along with the belly growing, I have noticed some soreness in my abs, and it's not constant, but I've noticed it's almost like it comes and goes certain days, and it's almost like you've done a big ab workout and your abs are just sore. That's how it feels. And so it's really, I mean, it's not like super painful or anything, it's just like a sore muscle, but it goes away. But it has to be something to do with those muscles stretching. I don't think it's round ligament pain, because I've also been getting slight round ligament pains, especially if I'm in like a certain position that maybe is a little more uncomfortable. Once I move, they kind of stop, or certain movements will occasionally do them. Like one day I was on the elliptical and I got some round ligament, more of the sharp, you know, round ligament pains. They go away, they're real quick, they're not like anything horrible, but the soreness is something that maybe lasts a little bit of a longer time and just feels like sore muscles, but on the sides of my stomach. So I don't know if anybody has experienced that. I know in one of the groups I'm a part of, you know, they said that they've experienced that as well. So at least it's kind of normal. And then another kind of physical thing in the second trimester so far, I've had more frequent headaches. Thankfully, these are not like, you know, extreme headaches. They're not like migraines or anything. I've just had like more headaches, and I've always had sinus, not always, but for the past couple years, I've had some sinus issues. And so I kind of pinned it to that at first, but now I'm thinking maybe it's more of a second trimester thing, because I've heard a lot of people say in the second trimester that they experienced really bad headaches. These are not super bad, but I get them more regularly than I got headaches before pregnancy. So yeah, I think that's more of just a second trimester thing. Also, my sinuses, again, I've had some sinus issues for a couple of years, but I have noticed that in the mornings I've kind of got more sinus pressure than maybe even normal. So I think, again, I was reading your mucous membranes swell at this point, you know, like 16 weeks, which is where I'm at during pregnancy, and you can kind of notice that. So again, not totally sure if that's pregnancy related or if it's just I have some sinus issues and have for a while. I've still been working out throughout the second trimester. I have still been feeling really good. In the first trimester, and really even now, I've said before, and I didn't say this in the first trimester video, I think I forgot, but I've been more tired, but not like, even like that I would call it a symptom. I think just obviously growing a baby, you get a little more tired than normal. Not anything wild, but if I do, you know, simple things, I might want to take a nap, you know, whereas before I may not have wanted to. But it's not anything insane, and I do think I've been taking less naps, so maybe that's improving, but it hasn't been too bad. And then I noticed this in the second trimester, which is, I feel like more of a first trimester thing. Again, I'm not sick, I don't throw up, I don't have nausea, any of that, but I have noticed my gag reflex is more severe than it was before pregnancy. And when I brush my tongue, I know so many pregnant women have a hard time brushing their teeth. When I brush my tongue, I gag. Like one day I thought I might throw up. I wasn't even nauseous. It was just like such a severe reflex. And so yeah, I've been getting that a little bit more, which is just really strange. And my gums do bleed more, which I know is common. I know people always talk about having like teeth issues during pregnancy, and if you follow my vlogs for a while, I used to have all types of dental issues. I'm just like prone to it for some reason, so I am praying over my teeth that we do not have to deal with anything like that, because I hate going to the dentist so much. So I'm trying to do what I can do there. But I wanted to show you guys, I have some books that I've been reading, and I will show you my belly as well. I'm, again, 16 weeks, 3 days right now. We have an appointment coming up in a couple of days, and we'll be finding out the gender soon. So we're planning our gender reveal as well. It's crazy. All of this is just like happening. It seems like so fast. It's like flying by. But I wanted to show a few books. Some I got for Christmas, because Christmas was during these weeks as well. And one of these I actually read before I got pregnant. So this one, it's called Supernatural Childbirth. It's a really, really good one. It's from Jackie Mize. I read this before I was ever pregnant when we were trying to conceive. If you don't know, or you may be brand new to the channel, my husband and I have dealt with infertility for a few years and did IVF to conceive our baby. So, yeah, technically our babies, because we do have another embryo frozen. But yeah, we did IVF to conceive, and this book actually talks about like trying to conceive and all that as well. It's a really good one, and I'm going to read that again, I think, now that I'm pregnant. It's very short. I'm not a huge reader, but I like to learn things. I love to research like pregnancy and labor and delivery, and I know so many things that I feel like normal people don't care about, just because I really love to research this stuff. And so books like this are right up my alley. When I'm really interested in something, I love to read about it, whether that's on Google or in a book. So my husband got this one for Christmas from my sister. It's called We're Pregnant, the First Time Dad's Pregnancy Handbook. So I think this is really interesting. I was flipping through this book the other day, and it has a lot of information that I feel like is really, really cool, and I love the way it's laid out. So I thought maybe for dads, or really for mom and dad, this is a really good book to read. This one my friend Krista got for me for Christmas. This is a book I've always wanted to read, actually, and it's called The Power of a Praying Parent. You guys have probably heard about this book. It's very, very popular, especially obviously in the Christian community. Really popular book. Which I have been reading it, and I absolutely love this. I think it's so good, whether you are a parent now, or I know many of you are probably praying for your future children, and you're praying for the opportunity. I've been there, you know, you're praying to get through a season that's really hard. Maybe it's infertility or something like that. And this book, I feel like, is even amazing for that stage, because it really talks about, you know, the power of praying in advance for your children. And so I think it's really, really special. I also just learned that now that at 16 weeks, the baby can hear a version of my voice. Maybe not exactly what it sounds like, but enough to where the baby knows my voice, I guess. And so I think like reading to the baby and singing to the baby and all of that is really fun. I've always done it, but especially now that the baby can hear me. So I can't wait to be able to say he or she instead of the baby, because I hate to say it. I hate calling babies it. And so I always say the baby, and I feel like I'm saying that a lot. And then this one, of course, a classic. My sister got this for me, What to Expect When You're Expecting. This is the 5th edition. And this is just a book that I feel like everybody has, or, you know, has had in the past. Very good. It's not really a book to me that I'm going to read like cover to cover straight through. I feel like it's a book that you can just really go through and go over like as you're in a certain week, or as you're in a certain month, or, you know, as you're doing different things and learn different stuff. Like if I was wanting to read more about breastfeeding, I think there's a, you know, kind of a chapter on that. And so it's just really exciting, and the way that it's laid out is easy to almost study. It kind of reminds me of like a pregnancy textbook. Like it's really good like that. So anyway, those are a few of the books that I am reading. Let me know any other ones I should check out. But yeah, I'm having an amazing pregnancy. I love being pregnant. I have said this a million times. This is like literally the time of my life. I really enjoy it. We're working on a baby room and a gender reveal and all these things that I prayed for so many years. And I've dreamed of this since I was a little girl. I used to have dolls that I would name, and, you know, like they had like legitimate names, and I was just so excited to be a mom. Like that was just, you know, everything to me, and it still is. So I am so grateful that we get this opportunity, and I think going through the struggle to get here has even made me appreciate it even more. So I'm thankful for the struggle, even though it was horrible. We have made it to the other side, and I'm so grateful. So I will show you my belly. I have started wearing maternity leggings. I don't wear them all the time, but I wear them actually pretty frequently, just because they're comfortable. And I have a maternity tank top on right now that my mom got for me. Manny got me the leggings. My mom got me this tank top, and they're just really comfortable. But yeah, anyway, I'll show you what it looks like at this moment. So yeah, this is not sucking it in. And I had the leggings on, so if I pull this up, it's still covered. The leggings actually cover really high. But even when I suck it in, it's like only the top part goes in and this part stays. This is where the soreness is. I get soreness like right here. It's not happening right now, but so yeah, that is my update for 12 to 16 weeks. Let me know if you're kind of in the same you know, part of your pregnancy as I am. I'm due June 30th, so let me know if we have any due date buddies that are almost the same, or you know, anything like that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Remember, you are incredible. Jesus loves you. See you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe because there's lots of videos coming. See you guys later. Bye.